I bought some tiny cameras off Temu. So I'm doing a series where I interview other child actors, and I was just fully planning to use my phone. This is an iPhone 15 Pro, it's the giant one, right? And I was gonna use, a mic and all that stuff. And then I booked an actual Hollywood actor, and I'm like, I need some extra cameras because I was going to use this and my old 12 and try to do the 2 angles. And I'm like, no, I want more angles and backup just in case anything goes wrong. So, I'm cheap. So I got on Temu and ordered some cameras. And then sense kicked in. I'm like, you cannot interview Damon Harriman with a Temu camera. Let's be serious. And so at that point, I went to the store and I'm cheap, right? I'm frugal. And I didn't want to spend thousands of dollars. So I walked into one photo place and I'm like, hey, can I see some cameras that I can use? And they were like, how much do you want to spend? I was like, not more than $500 to $1,000. And they were like, go away, just go use your phone. And so then I walked downstairs to a different store and I'm like, hey, here's what I'm trying to do. And the guy's like, hey, why don't you try the Action 5? And here it is. I ended up buying it, and then I went and got some different accessories afterwards, and I bought the cover online because it didn't come with that. So I got the camera. The next day I went and got the tripod, and I also got, because sound to me is more important than anything, so I got these, the microphones, because there's no point in having video if your sound sucks. I also got another tripod, and altogether I probably ended up spending close to $1,500. And of course I did the interview on Tuesday. I used this camera and I set up this one and my old one. This one didn't record at all. This recorded the entire thing. The one that you're watching me on now didn't even record. And of course the 12 I had on a shit angle, and I'm just not gonna use it. And it turns out that this one, I think I had it set too far back, so when I punched in, the shots were a little bit grainy. So I know for next time to just be a lot closer, and I am honestly, from now on, just going to use this one, and then use movement in the editing because I'm lazy and I really don't want to have to go between 3 different cameras anyway. But at this point, I am going to switch over to this one so you can see the quality of this compared to this, and then I'm going to show you the tiny cameras that finally showed up a week after the interview because it's Temu. And they're always late. Okay, so now you are seeing me on the Osmo Action 5 camera and using the mic. So you can tell the difference between the two. And this one probably looks and sounds a lot better because I was using, in all honesty, the front-facing camera on my iPhone because I can see it. And this one has a front and back camera, so I can tell what I'm looking at. And the reason I use the front facing, even though normally I use the back facing camera, and I do have the little screen that can go on the back, is because the day that I was filming Damon, I was using the correct good camera and couldn't tell that it wasn't recording at all. So yay. Anyway, let me show you these cameras that came on Temu. And I'm not going to do the whole unboxing thing. I know that's a whole genre. And honestly, I just don't get it. We've all seen boxes. Things come in boxes. Yes, it comes in a box. It's a cardboard box. Sometimes they come in an ice box. Have none of us ever opened a box before? I watch all these videos. I'm trying to research something. I'm like, how does this work? And it's an unboxing video. And I'm like, great, you opened it. Does it actually work? I don't know. Show me that. No? You're not going to show me that? You're just showing me that? Anyway, I ordered 3 cameras. They all came at the same time. There was this one, and this one. This is a camera. And I did go ahead and I pulled them out yesterday and charged them because I also want to walk around and do footage with all of these and show you what they look like. Honestly though, I think this is just going to be my favorite toy in the whole world because it's adorable. It's this big. And it turns on and there is a screen, and we can, it actually has a flash and it takes photos. And then I know you can record on here. Oh no, that's the off. I did do video briefly on here yesterday in lower light, so I will show you what that is. But it also came with this tiny box, and inside there was two methods to keep this on you, because you can have it either as a key ring, so you could put it on your keys and constantly, you know, just have it, or as a necklace, so you could wear the camera around your neck. Now, the only thing that I found was, I'm gonna have to dick with this a little bit because this doesn't fit through here. So I'll have to bend that a little bit to make it fit through. But I think this is gonna be my new jewelry, and I'm gonna wear this everywhere and constantly use it because it's just adorable. Okay, now camera number 2, because I am Shrimp Tank, and basically everything's pink, and it's this one, and it's this one, because also just the cutest thing I have ever seen. And I think this one's supposed to do video, but I have not worked that out, but I did take photos of it with it, so I'm gonna insert that here so you can see it. But it's, and if I take it this way, like it fully functions. And really, we shouldn't be surprised that things this small work, because now we have like the DJI Osmo 3, which is literally this big on a stick. So everything now, you know, and Ring cameras and all of that, like we are getting smaller and smaller. So we shouldn't be surprised. Now, this one also came with a charger and a little loopy thing. Oh, and I forgot to say, this small one, which was a couple bucks, actually did come with the little mini SD card. So, you know, how much are those at the store? So yeah, it came with the card, which is probably worth the money in itself. So yeah, and then this one also came with a card. So, you know, they came with everything. Now, I do love the vintage vibes of this because I just think it would make such cute jewelry. On the other hand, this does go with the whole aesthetic with the pink. So, you know, it might be a swapsies back and forth situation here. All right, so this is number 3, and this was like supposed to be the actual camera. Those two were just for funsies. And this one is, it's like, it's a proper camera, right? Like it's still got the plastic on there, but it came with, in the box, there is a strap, the little carrying case, another cord so that you can charge it, and it came with the battery, and also there is an SD card in there. So all of these did actually come with the SD card, whereas the DJI Osmo, I did have to buy a separate card, even though you can record a certain amount on the camera itself. If you want to record anything longer than, you know, a decent amount of time, you have to get a card. So we'll pull this off, we'll turn it on. Now, obviously all of these are made in China, but like, what isn't these days? But you get the little welcome screen, and then you can take either, oh, and it says it's not detecting the card. So this one won't take pictures by itself onto the device. You have to put the card in. So let's do that. Never work out which way these go. Yeah. Okay, it's in. So yeah, you're welcome. Then let's see. Did it work that time? No. Kyle's file format does not meet the requirements. Do you want a format? Yes. So this is the only one that's required some actual thought, because the other ones, it was just literally stick it in and it worked. And this one you have to do stuff. But it does have a much more, like, this is a real camera. This is a proper camera, also pink, because, you know, we all have our things, right? Ugh, take all of these off. But it does also have the front facing, so you can do that. And it's supposed to be a 4K camera, but like, let's see the quality, right? Okay, so on the back, it's old school where you use a thing. It's not touch. You have to actually do this stuff. So let's put it into record mode. And then I'm gonna switch from there to here, so that you can see what it looks like. Okay, so we are now recording on the little Temu 4K camera that says that it does digital. I'm not seeing the screen come up on front, so maybe I need to play with more buttons before that happens. But, like, how's the quality? And how's the sound? Because I don't have sound going to this. Okay, so I just recorded on here, but I want you guys to see that it is recording. I haven't worked out the front camera, so I can't. I'm actually using this one to see if I'm in shot. It is recording, but yeah, I wonder what the quality's actually like. So I'm actually going through here. It does have quite a lot of different settings. So you can choose like white balance, ISO, like there was all these things about whether you wanted to record the sound on this camera. I don't see a way to put external sound in, but it does have the thing so that you can mount it on a tripod. But I mean, you can play with the exposure and all kinds of things. So, and the bit rate, the color effect. So maybe it's decent. We'll see. There's this. So, Jesus, that is bright. That is obnoxious, right? So this is the video with the light on. But I still can't work out how to make the camera work, and this camera was $89. So if I can't make that thing work, I am not keeping that. And this is me on the little itty bitty tiny brown camera that I think is adorable, and I am definitely keeping this. I don't care what the quality is. So this is me recording on the little itty bitty tiny pink camera. So it does do video. So this is it. And there was photos as well that I took last night. But yeah, I mean, it does have video. So, had an incident. I was trying to get the footage off the cameras, and this one and this one, super easy. Literally just plugged it into the USB-C. It immediately came up on my camera, and it was like, do you want to take the footage? And I was like, great, yes. But this one, plugged it in, besides the fact that this is not working, I plugged it in and there was no way to seemingly get the stuff off. I guess you have to put it inside the big SD card and do that, but I don't have an SD card reader. So I was like, that's fine. I'll just take the thing out and put it in one of these. But then I went in too far and it kind of broke. So it came out and it didn't want to read it. And so I put the other one back in and it broke. So I ended up, in case you want to see what this looks like on the inside, I had to pull the whole thing apart to get the SD card back out. But now we know what's in there. So there's that. But yeah, this one, so easy. This one, so easy. This one, complete piece of shit. Don't spend $90 on this. Spend $20 on this. Spend $20 on this. Don't buy this. Now I've got to put this back together and hope that it works. So have you bought a camera off Temu, and did it work? I think that's the most important thing. We all see these unboxing videos, but I want to see videos where we see if these actually, this is actually really comfortable in my hand. I like small, I have tiny, tiny hands. I'm 12'11", so I like small things, obviously. But yeah, this is quite comfortable in my hands, and I can see that this would go in and out of a pocket or a purse quite easily. So I'm going to try and work out how to use that front camera, and maybe this will now be my backup camera. These are obviously toys, but you know, what is life without toys? I do want to play with these, and I think that I am just going to be that weirdo that just wears this all the time now, because it does rattle though. Like, what the hell is that? That's probably, oh no, it's the thing on the end. It's just the thing on the end. That's fine. So I think we're good. Anyway, let me know if you've bought one of these. Did it work? Do you use it? Did you enjoy it for like 3 days and then, you know, toss it away? Or would you get it just for the SD card? Because these were a couple bucks. So yeah, let me know. Hope that was helpful. Bye. All right, so I'm not going to make you come back for a second video, but here is the camera on, and I am definitely keeping this one. It worked. Like, it actually worked. Straight out of the box, straight onto the camera. It was perfect. The pink one, for some reason, if I play back on the laptop, it works, but as soon as I put it in CapCut, the sound and the video don't sync. So that's not a thing. But that pink camera, I looked up how much I actually paid for it, and it was $98. And I've already requested the refund from Temu, because no, it felt nice in my hand, but it just doesn't work. The sound is shit. The quality of the video was crap, and it was basically unusable and not worth $98. Now this one, I think I spent $12 on, and the other pink one was like 20 something dollars. And, you know, I'm not going to return that because I'll just play with it and have fun with it. But the big one, the $98 one, absolutely going back. Because, you know, a couple of those and I could have a nice new DJI. So, there we go. But yeah, that's my new toy.